Hey guys, welcome back to a new week. We're going to keep working on division, but this time we're going to talk a little bit more about remainders and what they mean. So, our I can statement is I can interpret the remainder of a division problem. And interpret just really means to understand and to do something with it. And so, I've got a word problem here, and this is actually one of my favorite word problems of the year because it has to do with hiking, and I love to hike, and that's my thing. So, let's read it, and then we'll set up our division problem and think about what the remainder might mean in this problem. So we already know there's going to be a remainder. The segment of the Appalachian Trail that runs through Pennsylvania is 232 miles long. Scott and his family want to hike 9 miles each day on the trail. How many days will they hike exactly 9 miles? So let's set this up for 232 divided by, and it's going to be divided by 9, right? Because that is the number of miles that he's going to hike each day, and the 232 is the total of the Appalachian Trail through Pennsylvania. Okay. So what I want to do first, and I've told my kids, and I think Miss Satterley and Miss Woods have told their kids you choose whichever long division strategy you want to use. So you can use partial quotients, which is what I'm going to actually do. That's what's easiest for me. But I want you to do what's easiest for you. So if the traditional long division is easiest for you, then you do that. Okay. So with partial quotients, one of the things that I like to do to start off with is write down my nines facts that I know, and that way they're already there for me, and I can easily pull them out of my toolbox and use those as I'm setting up my partial quotient. So I'm just going to do that really quickly down here, super small. I've got 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is, of course, 18. 9 times 3, 27. And then after I do a few of those, I always like to do a 9 times 10, because 9 times 10 is super easy to think about. It's 90. And with this number being 232, it might be useful for me to think about 9 times 20. And your 20s are super easy because all you're doing is doubling your 10 fact. So 9 times 20 is going to be double the amount of 9 times 10. So that would be 180. 180 is twice as much as 90, okay, if we were to add 90 twice. So I'm going to stop there because it looks like 180 is pretty close to this. So I really can't go too much higher there on my nines facts. So I'm going to start with that. And the first partial quotient I think that I will pull out is going to be 20. I'm going to multiply 9 times 20. So I'm going to put my partial quotient here. 20 times 9 is 180. And I'm going to subtract that out. So 2 minus 0 is 2. Regroup. 13 minus 8 is 5. I've just got 52 left because 1 minus 1 is 0 there. So 52. Now, if you notice on my facts here, I stopped at 9 times 3, but now I'm wondering if it might even be more beneficial for me to think about maybe even 9 times 4, 36, or possibly even 9 times 5, 45. 45 is really close to 52. So I think I'm going to try that next. 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Subtract that out. And with regrouping, I get 7. Now, wait a minute. 7 is less than 9. So that tells me that this right here is my remainder. When your dividend is subtracted out and it becomes less than your divisor, that becomes your remainder. Okay. So our answer here, once we add up our partial quotients, is 25, and we've got a remainder of 7. So we'll talk about more about what this means in just a second. That's going to be super important. Okay. So for this problem, I'm just referring back to the book so that I look at the situation correctly. It is going to take them 25 days to hike exactly 9 miles. So if they want to hike exactly 9 miles every day, it's going to take them 25 days. But the problem is that there's this remainder of 7. So we got to think about what that means for the problem. Well, if we're dividing out miles, then that's still 7 miles left to go on the 232-mile Appalachian Trail that runs through Pennsylvania. They haven't reached the end of the trail yet, and that would bother me. If I've come that far, I'm going to do the 7 more. But if they are committed to this only hiking 9 miles a day, then they're going to have to add on another day to complete these 7 miles. So even though the answer is 25, to complete all 232 of them with these remainder of 7, it's really going to take them 26 days to complete all of it. So they'll hike 9 miles for 25 of those days, and on that last day, that 26th day, they're going to hike just 7 of those miles to finish off. So a little bit of a shorter day on that last day, so that's nice. All right, so we did something with the remainder at the end. We added another day on. So you all are going to encounter some of these problems as you work today. It might be that you have to add another van to seat people, or add another row at a concert arena to seat a group of people. Or maybe it's like this, you've got to add a day on to complete a journey or something. So work on this. We're going to work on this for a couple, 2 or 3 days, interpreting the remainder, and good luck.